Everyone, I am here alone.
Our Select Board Representative, Julie Gilman.
Good evening, everyone. I am home alone. Well, not home alone, but in the room alone.
And of course, our lovely, lovely scribe, Joanna Bartell.
Hello, I'm here and alone in the room.
Excellent. Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to call this meeting to order, May 25th, 2021. Thank you guys for joining us. Seems like it's been forever since we've met. And I know there's a lot to discuss with camp coming up and then sports ramping up again. Wanted to start, I'm not sure if everybody had the opportunity to read the minutes from our previous meeting, and I will accept a motion for anybody who has read the minutes that would like to approve the minutes.
I sent them out last meeting, so.
They were out, but it was a while ago. Does anybody have them in front of them that needs to review them?
I don't recall getting any minutes.
Okay.
Sorry. I can look through my email. I just don't.
We can postpone approving those minutes to the next meeting if that works for you guys. We'll make sure we get those out. What we'll do is we'll send the minutes for this meeting and we'll send the meeting minutes from the previous meeting out again. And we'll approve those minutes and make sure everything's reviewed and intact as well. Greg, were we able to rectify the situation where Pam got the minutes from our meeting?
Yep. Okay. She got it. Joanna sent them all to me and I forwarded it to her. And perfect. Yeah, that's all set. It's all updated on the website.
Teamwork makes the dream work, they say, right? Awesome. Thank you, Joanna. Thanks, Greg. All right. So we're going to postpone the minutes approval till our next meeting. We have the opportunity to take a look at those. And we're going to jump right into our agenda items. The first agenda item, I'm interested to hear about myself, town sidewalks. So Greg or Melissa, did you want to?
Well, that was going to be tabled, Steph, because Dave was going to make it, but he had a conflict. Okay. He asked, he'd love to come give us an update. But Melissa actually spoke with Dave, and Melissa, update, remind me, Dave wants to do a townwide sidewalk. Am I freezing up? Probably.
Yeah, no. Right. Yeah, well, he is for me. I don't know if anybody else. So I think we had previously spoken, and we were thinking that Dave had a sidewalk master plan or sidewalk plan of some sort. After talking with Dave, what it is, in fact, is that he wants to put that together for sort of pedestrian and bike, I never say it, modality. Right. And so he would love to come chat with our board of what he, could use for support or what he envisions. And then also listen to our board of some of the concerns or things that we feel should be part of the process. In order for that to go forward, he would have to bring that up through, I believe, the CIP process is what he said. So I'm not sure if that was submitted, but I know he was very welcoming to chat with us. So I apologize that he can't be here tonight, but I do think it would be a great discussion for next time.
I think so as well. And I think that if we can, it might be really good. I know we had talked about this in the past, but it might be really good for us to reach out to the individuals that got the complete streets pulled together for Stratum, because I know that they worked through that and they were able to pull through some complete street projects, specifically going to CMS. I know we have a different situation because we've got the bridge coming over from our side, but they were able to get it approved. They were able to get it completed, and those kids were able to ride their bikes to school, is my understanding. So it might be good I have it written down for us to reach out to the individual that spearheaded that. And then maybe we can work together with them to try and get something pulled together for the Exeter side as well. So we can have some symmetry there.
Yeah, I think it's always great if we can talk with someone that's already been through the process.
Absolutely. Because I know they also had to deal with the state, because that's the biggest issue, is us dealing with the state as well, on top of the town as well. So thank you for that. All right. So we'll table that until next time, and hopefully Dave can make it to give us an update on that. In the meantime, let's talk about some program updates. Summer programs.
Yeah, so I'll give an update on our summer camp. By the way, Greg did mention he needs to reset his router, so it may just be a couple of minutes, but we'll just move right along. So not too much with summer camp. Although on May 8th, the New Hampshire Task Force did update some of their camp guidance and condense a lot of guidance into the universal best practices. So last night, if you don't know, at select board meeting, Greg presented an update to some of our camp plans in regard to face masks. So our new updated proposed policy that we wanted to run by all of you before we mentioned anything to the parents is that staff will still be required to wear face masks. And so will campers, although when they are outdoors and they're within their groups of 30 max, they'll be allowed, we would like to allow them to take off their face masks. But other than that, they would still be wearing them during drop off and pickup. Obviously, while indoors, or if we need to take a bus to transport them over to the Tuck Learning Center, anytime they're using the bathrooms, when they're on Planet Playground, ordering from the Snack Shack, or if they're near the public, or if they're near another group that, isn't their own group. But with a lot of the restrictions starting to lessen up, we would like to allow some of them to, if they would like to, take their mask off when they're in their groups outdoors. But other than that, we're up to around 160 campers. We start staff training next week virtually. Everything is going as planned, so we're really looking forward to a fun summer this year. We're still going to have a lot of our cleaning protocols in place as well. Yeah, does anyone have any questions on Summer Adventure Camp at this point?
How many openings do we still have, and in what age groups? And what are we doing to get that information out?
So I believe grade 5 is the only one that is full. Grades 1 and 2 was at, I was looking at the numbers today, they were at 24. So we have 6 spots there. Grades 3 and 4 had, I believe it was 48. So we have about 12 spots there. And then grades 6 and 7 was at 54. So we do have some space available. And we sent out a constant contact today. Trying to think now if Summer Adventure Camp was on that. But social media has been our main point of attack at getting the word out there as well. So we'll definitely continue to push that as well, because we can take registrations pretty much up to the start of camp.
Awesome. Where we know that things have changed a little bit for the mask mandates, which was holding a lot of people back. Do you think it would be smart? I mean, we can discuss this as a board. Do we think it would be a smart idea to put out an email with the updates to people so that they know, so the people that were worried about their kids overheating or having to wear the mask for the day, and that's why they didn't sign up, they may be able to reconsider their decision on that?
Yeah, Melissa and Greg and I were actually talking about something similar to that, sending out emails and, giving some families the opportunity to pull out if that is a deal breaker for them.
Right.
And we threw out just a couple of ideas as far as like refunds go, but that's, certainly something we can discuss tonight. So, hopefully that isn't a deal breaker for anyone, because we would like to keep everyone in camp. And on the flip side, hopefully that could attract some new campers as well.
Right. Any questions or discussion? Yeah, Jen?
I just had a clarifying question. So outside, is it just campers that can take off their mask, or campers and counselors, as long as they're within their groups?
The staff are allowed to, we're encouraging the staff to wear them more often than not. But if they are, say out in soccer, baseball field, and they're more, we like to have them participate, obviously, with the games and everything, but there are times where they're more facilitating the activity. So at that point, I believe we talked about, that would be okay for them to pull their face mask down or take that off. We're certainly going to have mask breaks as well, because being outside in 80, 90 degree heat with high humidity, it can, lead to some heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So we want to allow them to take it off as much as possible, but obviously, while being as safe as possible as well.
I'm curious about, Dave, given what you just said, kind of what are how the adults kind of encourage kids to stay hydrated, because they will have those masks on. They won't have that kind of easy sipping going on.
Yeah, I mean, they can, definitely take their mask off when they're taking water breaks. And in a normal, summer, water breaks are a big part of summer camp, because being outdoors with our camp, we're primarily an outdoor summer camp. That is a big concern. So between a lot of hydration, water games, getting time at the pool, which we did schedule time for each group to go down to the pool each day, getting plenty of shade. Each group is going to have large carport tents. So, getting shade, whether it's in their tent or in like our new chill zone, which we're excited about too this year. But heat exhaustion and all of that is definitely a big concern of ours. And we go through it thoroughly with training as well to remind not only the campers, but the staff too, to stay hydrated.
Any other questions or any other discussion before we move on? All right. Thank you guys so much. I know it's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of changes on a dime, and you guys have really seamlessly pulled this together. Greg, did you want to mention something? I noticed that you were saying something before.
Well, yeah, we were to your point, Steph, we are going to send out an email to everyone that had registered previously that had turned us down, because we don't know if they turned it down because masks were required. So we'll see what that brings us.
All right. Sounds great. That's a good idea. Anything else, guys, before we move on? All right. We have camp updates down here. Was that all for camp updates? Do we have anything else for camp updates that wanted to be mentioned?
We do have a couple of specialty camps that are coming up too, but there's no really big updates on that. They are starting to fill up. We're partnering with Wicked Cool for Kids. We're offering a vet school half day and full day, and also a Lego camp half day.
What was the first one you said? A vet school?
Yeah, veterinarian school.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that? Can you give a brief description of what that's going to be like? That's interesting.
Yeah, I would have to pull it up, but it's kind of like what it sounds like. It's just like kind of, learning they do like small activities. I don't think they'll be having live animals come in, but I think they may, have some stuff to like maybe dissect or, learn some of the basic veterinarian skills as well. I could pull up the description and definitely tell you about it in a couple minutes once I find it. It sounded really fun and different and neat. So
that's really cool
about that too. Yeah.
It's really cool. All right.
There you go, Steph. The description we have on it is: grab your lab coat, animal lovers, as we learn about our favorite furry, flying, and fishy friends. Make amazing animal models, build big bones, and investigate animal intestines from our favorite vertebrae: birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Make it fun full day. Dissect an owl pellet to discover the predator's diet. Try your hands catching some invertebrate as we study insects and look at animal cells and parasites.
Pretty cool. I'm happy to donate everything that my cat has seemed to leave as gifts in the morning for you guys if you'd like them. It's been a daily occurrence now. Not thrilled about it. Awesome. And next item, any questions on any of those? Excellent. All right. Melissa, did you have a pool update, or Greg, did you want to give a pool update?
So the pool's been drained and power washed by the DPW. So we're very, very thankful for all of their help that they've given us since we're short. We're down a parks person right now. And then the water department turned all the water on. And the next week or two, we'll be filling the pool up, which is very exciting. And I will say that all this work was done by Greg, and he's been working really hard. So he got the ADA lift purchased and installed, and actually we got to see that this afternoon, which was very exciting. That holds up to 350 pounds, which is great. Cleaning by the Sea will continue to do a deep cleaning every night in the bathhouse, keeping up with our COVID policies. Although COVID restrictions have been lifted, there's a few things that we're going to continue to do. We are going to ask families that come in to sign in with a name and a contact in case there is a case, so that we'll know who was there on what day. We've set the maximum number of people in the pool at 163. High touch areas will be cleaned 2 times a day. The bathrooms and high touch areas will be hit with our hydrostatic sprayer at lunchtime. The showers and the changing rooms will be open, and there will be signage throughout the pool deck talking about any COVID restrictions, as well as when they get into the pool area to pay and to give their pass, they will be the COVID questions to remind them that they shouldn't be here if they've been exposed or any of that stuff. We've currently hired 10 lifeguards. We may be looking to hire 2 more. I will know more in the next few days. I've been working on staff training, revising our pool staff manual, and updating our rules to better accommodate ourselves for summer 2021. We do need a few more snack shack workers, and I'll be reaching out to a few applicants and Jen, who had sent me an email. And we are I think we talked about this before, but we are not doing swim lessons this year. So the pool will be available for open swim for a much larger amount of time every day. And that was to protect our staff at the time when we had to make the decision, COVID restrictions. And to be honest, the Red Cross is actually not recommending swim lessons right now. Okay. So I think one summer, although it's devastating and a huge disappointment, we will be having one summer without swim lessons.
How old do you have to be to work the snack shack?
15.
Just as a side note, Portsmouth is also not doing swim lessons either because, like you said, it's a kind of an industry standard at this point. And then to hire all that staff to be prepared for it just was impossible.
Yeah. So we're excited.
What's the opening day?
And the opening day is Friday, June 18th. It's opening the weekend before summer camp. It is a shortened season this season. So it will basically be lining up the 8 weeks of summer camp. We have a lot of new lifeguards. We have a few returning lifeguards. So it will be a different summer, but it will be a good summer.
It'll be a summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. It'll be a summer this year. Did we discuss or touch on, I think last time we talked about having online signups for the pool? Because, I mean, obviously we're going to be limiting people coming through. Is it going to be a first come, first serve in person, or are we going to do online signups so people don't come?
Yeah, what we're going to try first is we'd like to try no online registration. With 163 people without summer camp there and stuff like that, we think that should be okay. If Greg and I have already spoken that if we run into, oh, wow, this is filling up, we will go to some online registration, and we're also going to be posting on the Facebook page when we're at capacity. Okay. So, we may say, at capacity for the morning session, something along those lines, and come back at 3:00. So we'll be keeping people abreast via the Facebook page, and we can, because I don't think we have access to the website itself down there for my pool staff, but we do have access to the Facebook page for them. So we can send that information out.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys thinking about that. Any questions or conversation or anything anybody wants to bring up about the pool? Yes, Jen.
163 is whether you swim or not. 163 to enter the deck.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Let's see. All right, moving on to sports programs. Tennis, pickleball, soccer, field hockey, track, field, softball, and baseball. Mr. Tovey, take it away.
I have no new updates other than everything's been going along pretty smoothly. So wanted to keep it short and sweet for everyone. But if Greg wanted to touch on any of the tennis or pickleball, I know our pickleball numbers are up pretty high this year. I think we had around 40 registered when I last checked. And we did share the tennis summer programs as well, too. So no new updates on my end.
Yeah. And for tennis, we are adding another USTA session for tennis. So for those newbie kids that want to learn to play tennis, July, we're going to have 3 weeks of 2 lessons per week in the evenings. So we are accommodating it for those working parents so they can actually get them there, which is exciting because it's $80. They get a racket and a really good experience to learn to play tennis.
That's good.
The pickleball, like David said, is outstanding. And we've actually partnered, the select board approved this. Big Brothers and Big Sisters will be holding a pickleball tournament at the rec park in July. They have 125 people registered so far. So they're excited, the pickleball people. And part of the proceeds of that, Big Brothers and Big Sisters are going to donate money to the Parks and Rec for scholarships for our programs, because that's a lot of their participants participate in our program. So it's a good collaboration between the two of us. So we're excited about that. And I mean, the pickleballers are great. If anyone is not a newbie, we will be starting pickleball beginner classes this summer as well. So if anyone wants to come up, one of our coordinators will be willing to teach. Steph probably knows who she is. She teaches at the YMCA as well. So Ann Cloutier, sorry, Julie like that one, is going to be there. So she's willing to teach anyone. She does classes of 4, so it's very personal and great. So it could become a feeder for our pickleball pickup, which is busting at the seams now.
Great. That's awesome. And my compliments, by the way, to you guys for doing the renovations that you did down at the softball fields as far as the drainage. It has been awesome. We had a couple days where it was absolute bombing downpour during the day. And then the sun came out, and in years past, we never would have been able to step on those fields. And I went to check and they were bone dry. Those were the best conditions we actually had. So thank you for utilizing the funds that came from that fundraiser and from Friends of Rec and helping with that. So it was very impressive to see the site. Anybody have any other questions on sports programs?
Greg, were you replacing the outgoing tennis pro? And if so, is there going to be availability for adult tennis lessons this summer at all? Kyle Littlefield retired, Connor, after 35 years in Exeter. He's still in the area, but he spends most of his time up in a remote cabin in Maine. He thought with COVID, it was time to step away. So we have brought in a couple pros. And to your point, I am working with a couple other instructors to offer evening adult tennis lessons for beginners and intermediates. Because yes, you're not the first one to ask me that. There is one offered through Beam Tennis currently on Thursdays for beginners. But we want to make it more diverse, and not everyone wants to just jump in with a tennis pro. So look for that to be coming out shortly. Great. Thanks so much.
Any other questions before we move on? All right. Thank you. Outdoor fitness classes. Do we have
I'll
going
take this one. Well, Bar Fitness is currently underway. She had 9 people for each class, so we're very happy with that. And Barbara is going to be coming back to us in the fall.
We also are going to be launching, and it's not really fitness, but outdoor karate classes. We've had karate for years, and Chris Yonkers is looking to restart that back up. So we'll be doing that as well. And then we also have a teen mindful yoga camp that is for ages 11 to 14. That's going to be actually held at Gilman Park. So people can sign up their kids for that, which will be great. They'll be doing yoga, arts and crafts, and meditation. So it's a great program. And the instructor, Shelby, is an instructor at Great Bay Charter School. So in the art department. So we're very excited to have her.
Awesome.
So we're always looking for anything. So if anyone wants to do outdoor classes, approach us, because if we can fit you in the schedule, we definitely would love to.
Sounds good. We'll get that out. We'll make sure we let people know that. Our 10K update.
Yes. So that actually will begin in a week. It's going to run through the month of June. Our numbers are a little low right now. We only have 10 registrations, but you can register up until the end of June. So I expect we'll have a lot of registrations through next month. We did get a new sponsor, Runners Alley in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, they will be, what they're offering is discounted t-shirts, performance t-shirts at a really good price. They're also sharing our event as well. So we're really happy to have them on board. They're also helping us out with another program, Granite State Track and Field. They're a gold sponsor with that. That's a statewide track and field program that a lot of Parks and Rec departments partner up with. We've had track and field in Exeter for, I think, over 30 years or so, Greg. And so we're really excited to have them on board with both of those. But nothing new as far as updates with the 10K challenge, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be our first one this year. So we will be releasing the t-shirt soon, what they're going to look like. So
cool.
That'll gain some traction and a little excitement on it and help our numbers increase as well.
Awesome. Any questions on the 10K, guys? No, we all doing it? I can't. Someone can push me. But I'm happy to be.
Julie, you can walk. You can do anything. It's not just running. It's walking, biking, skipping, dancing downtown. If you want to dance downtown, anything you want to do.
If I can walk a 10K by now.
Get moving.
All right, maybe we could have a little rec board challenge. Maybe put a little wager on it.
Just don't ask me to do cartwheels.
Oh, come on, Julie. I was going to ask you to do cartwheels and somersaults along the way. A couple burpees in there. All right, guys. So we're already on to project updates. Let us know what's going on with the Gilman Park guardrail.
All right. We've been busy this spring. Gilman Park guardrail and tree planting are complete. So we had our guardrail put in. It was a safety hazard for those, and Mike has been down to Gilman enough. It was falling down, so with large spikes. So we had to replace it. AAA Fence came in and did a phenomenal job. They, by chance, had to install it 2 days after the only big rainstorm we've had the last month. So it was a challenge. But they got it done. And then DPW, along with Stratham Circle Nursery, we planted 7 maples down there. So we're looking forward to those growing up big and tall. So that it looks phenomenal down there now. It's one more step to making that a destination park. I'll just go down the list stuff. The Rec Park Pavilion, if you've been up to the Rec Park and been up there, we've done a lot of work. The roof was redone. We had a lot of rot, especially the trim work was not salvageable at all. So we had to replace all of that. We also are in the midst of painting. So if you're up there at the Rec Park this weekend, you may see a painting crew painting it. There's a crew that got the bid that's doing that. But the biggest overall was the next one, the mini playground. If anyone knows that really sad playground next to Pavilion. We, along with Public Works did all of it. They dug it out. We have the proper depth of playground chips in there now. We're replacing the tire swing up there and making some modifications. And we're adding some wear mats. So that is going to be ready for us. That way, when groups are in summer camp or up there during the middle of the day, we don't have to worry about bringing the playground. There's a safe playground for them to play on. And lastly, if anyone, all those tennis players, the tennis nets and poles have been replaced. They look phenomenal. They're in great shape. I've gotten a lot of rave reviews about them. They actually are functioning and the correct height, and there's no holes in them. So we're just trying to chip away at all these little infrastructure projects, and we will be scheduling through the rec board some kind of informational night and getting some feedback on what Park Street Common would like to see for their new playground when we go to renovate that.
Awesome. Is that going to be an open session for people to come and give their suggestions, or is it going to be part of one of our meetings? How's that going to work?
We're going to do a separate one. That way, the rec advisory board's more than welcome to do there. I'm trying to make it more of a cozy, now that restrictions, maybe get some burgers and hot dogs and make sure the parents are out of work and the kids can come over and play and kind of give us a little ideas what they'd like to see, knowing that we have a budget.
Yeah,
we don't want to go over a certain amount of money, and there are some good elements that may stay there. The climber has been requested in the digger, so those may stay, but the others I think need a little more oomph to get kids. And that's such a nice park being there. And which brings me, the Para Association is actually adopting a spot on that park. They're going to actually be, there's a monument called the Commoners. They're going to be digging it out and doing some plantings there. So that's awesome. You see people digging around Park Street Common, they're authorized. So don't have to call us. But that neighborhood also, Steph, did a great thing. And last year, unfortunately, 3 neighborhood members passed away, not COVID, but passed away. And they did a fundraiser and raised money. And we planted 3 more trees with the assistance of DPW at Park Street Commons. So
that's a great event.
I mean, Tree City, USA, here we are. In this last month, we planted 10 trees.
That's fantastic.
11 counting Summer Street.
I know Doug and Eileen Flockhart had a lot to do with that, so thank you to them for pulling together that event for their neighbors and for the town. It was well attended, and it was really a wonderful thing to do. So, any questions, guys, on any of the project updates that were just brought up? No discussion? I'm most excited about this one, event updates, because we haven't really had any talk of events in the last year. So let's talk about what we have here.
We have a full schedule of concerts down in the Parkway. I pretty much rebooked every band from last year because I call it the Miss Summer, being in the drive-in. So a lot of the bands that played last year are playing this year on Swayze, so we're excited with that. A lot of local bands. We actually, Steph, also got a grant through the New Hampshire Arts Council. So kudos to them for sponsoring it. So we can actually expand upon the summer concert series. So in the past, we've always had to use revolving fund money to make up whatever wasn't budgeted. This year, we'll be able to tap into that grant. It was $5,000 we got. We're going to be, we need to book a band now for the fireworks, which is next on the list. But we also are going to add, looking into adding a couple kids shows down there during the day. Nice. As long as the Parkway's closed, if we had a couple kids performers, I think parents would like to just take their kids down there and walk and so I am looking to do that. So we're excited about that. So they start on June 24th and they go to August 13th.
Nice.
Or 19th, I'm sorry, 19th.
And then I heard that some fireworks were just approved recently. So you want to give us an update on that and the details?
Yeah, Julie and the board voted last night to approve fireworks, so we're excited for the fireworks coming up, July 10th. It is the day that typically is our Independence Festival, so we're going to do some homage to them somehow. They are doing, if anyone hasn't heard, they're doing a lot of stuff on site, so there is a Independence Festival. It's just smaller than we remember, but go visit the museum. We're working with them on a couple different projects for that. So we're excited. American Thunder out of North Reading, Mass. actually got the bid this year. They came in with a phenomenal bid package, which we were very impressed with. And well, I was, because the others I did show them to. So we're excited. They're excited as well, being a smaller company and beating out a giant that usually gets it. It's something tremendous. So we're looking forward to that. There will be a rain date of July 11th. They asked them to make sure, because they really want to get this in. So fingers crossed, no rain, July 10th. Band will be announced shortly, hopefully. And that's it for that one.
We're still a ways out.
Powder keg, you want me to?
Yes, that's another exciting thing. Oh, yeah, Melissa's got a question.
Oh, Melissa.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Julie's got her. Oh, there's the hand.
Oh, Julie has her hand.
Julie, you guys use the hands. I'm not used to it.
I just wanted to take the opportunity to. I'm a member of the Independence Museum's Festival Committee, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to invite you and anybody that's watching to participate in our community-wide reading of the Declaration.
Yes.
If you go onto the museum's website, there's a link for. Where to submit your recordings. You can record the whole thing or just a sentence, whatever you want to do. It's really fun. And we had cross-country reviews of it last year. So
yeah,
it's good. So
that's awesome. Thank you. It was really fun. That was really neat how they did that last year. And we had to do about 12 takes here on our end. But the last one was good. So it is really neat. And it's a fun festival. I know it's going to be scaled way down this year, but it's if you haven't been, it's really a fun festival. It's really neat, and especially the reading when they come in. Mr. Gilman comes in and does his reading of the Declaration. It's really neat to watch. So, Bryn, did you have a question? Or oh no, my cursor was on you. It looked like you were raising your hand. Anybody else have questions? All right. So, Powder Keg.
Powder Keg is back in a modified version. We're still trying to play it safe, but I think we have come up with a really good plan. So not only one, it is going to be shortened. It's just the Powder Keg Beer Festival. No chili. In this time when restaurants are struggling still and for staff and revenue, we didn't think it was appropriate for us to go and solicit free donations from them from Chile, because it would be very difficult. So we have broken up the festival into two sessions, a 2-hour session, 11 to 1 and 2 to 4. The cost of tickets will be $35. We are limiting it to a maximum of 1,500 people,
Each session,
which I think is appropriate. Same each session. So that would give us the same footprint. So with all that, we're not having the big top tents. Every booth will have its own booth, so they'll be spread out. And we're encouraging people to socially distance as much as possible. That's one of the big keys, is this social distance. And I think it's gonna be very quick to sell out. So once tickets go on sale, we're projecting to put them on sale August 1st. I know it's much later than we usually do. So we'll make the big announcement of the lineup, who we got, who we have for entertainment. And then we're supplementing the chili with food trucks. So we'll have several food trucks. Sorry.
Yeah, she's just in the back.
Right.
Several food trucks that will be there serving food. So that's something good. We think we've got a lot of positive feedback, Steph, as well from the downtown merchants as well, because especially the restaurants, instead of being slammed at 4:30 when the powder keg would get out, this will allow them to be spread out more. So some people may go out for lunch prior to the afternoon session. Some people will go out after the morning session or early afternoon session. So I think it will definitely spread out and be more of an economic impact to the downtown. So we're really excited about this.
And again, thank you very much for the Parks and Rec team for putting together a proposal to present to the select board. And thank you for the select board working with Parks and Rec to come together and pull something together that we can hopefully successfully do and keep it safe and still keep it fun. So I appreciate everyone's work together on that one. Any questions on powder keg? Any discussion on that? No, works for me. Old business. Do you have any old business to discuss today? This is my kind of meeting, man. New business. I don't think we have really anything new that we haven't discussed. It's already on the agenda. Anything, Greg?
I put together the agenda prior to thinking of, we are doing movies. We're going to do 2 movies this year in Swayze. We went back and forth about still having a drive-in model to having a Swayze. We felt on Swayze, and we're only doing 2 of them. We can't do 8 weeks in a row. My staff would collapse by the end of the summer. So we can't do that, but we're going to do one the same day the pool opens, June 18th. So at night at Swayze, we'll have a movie. And to end the summer on the 27th of August, we're going to have another movie.
Nice.
Titles, DVD, we haven't decided what.
Okay.
So.
Perfect.
Open to suggestions. I know Julie's already given us one.
What is it?
Well, it was 1776.
I'll let you.
Yeah, it was 1776, so we could do it with the fireworks, but the dates are wrong.
Oh, I was going to say that would have been cool if you could somehow squeak budget in to do that at Swayze Park on Independence Festival, but just saying. We've got time to discuss that too. So, all right, guys, any discussions? I appreciate the quick meeting. I am so grateful for each and every one of you for running things so quickly through today, because I think I've just hit my max on sitting and standing. Yes, Mike?
One quick thing, Greg, water, as far as watering fields, is so far so good?
Yes, we're at a level 2 restriction, but one of the things, if you look, working with Jennifer Perry last year, athletic fields are exempt. But I do as minimal of watering as possible. That way, 1, it stays firm for any games, but 2, we don't want to waste it as much as we can. So we're on a every other day watering cycle right now, and we could go to once every 3rd day if we needed to. But yeah, that's too valuable of a resource I don't think we have enough money to redo all the athletic turf in town.
Good. Thanks.
Any other questions, guys? Anything to discuss? Nice, productive.
One thing, Steph.
Yes, Greg.
Connor was reappointed as an alternate.
Yeah.
The board debated back and forth if he wanted to be sworn in. Let the board know, Connor, if you would want to be a full member of the Rec Advisory Board instead of alternate.
Sure. Right now, or is there some kind of formal process?
Well, we haze you before we actually let you do it.
I know, I'm nervous. I don't know what this means. No, I'd be happy. I'd be happy to. Just let me know if I need to maybe talk to Pam McElroy. Greg, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we need to take a vote on that? Or, I mean, I'm thrilled to pieces. I don't know how that works as far as making it official, but.
You can make a recommendation, or Connor can just say, I accept this opportunity.
Connor, let's have it.
I accept this opportunity.
I'm super happy to have you on board as full time.
All right, great. And I'll send Pam a note tonight or tomorrow.
Thank
Great.
you. Congratulations, Connor.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, guys, thank you all for your time and for your ideas. We will have another meeting probably in about a month, and we'll have more things coming up as things start to speed up for camp and for all of our summer activities. Anything that you need, reach out to any of your Parks and Rec people or me, and I can forward it on. And let's have an amazing rest of our week.
Bye, guys. Good to see you all.
Oh, I need a motion to dismiss. I think Bryn, this was her
I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, guys. Everybody in favor, say aye, because I can see you all.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody with a nay?
Aye.
I didn't think so.
No.
Have an awesome week, guys. Thank you
Bye,
so much for all
guys.
you do.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks.